welcome all of you to my YouTube channel, Animals and Pets with Partha. Yes, here I am back again with a new episode. And now I'll take you to some of the stories of yesteryears. This desperation to win at dog shows always existed. Even in the end of 70s, I can tell you, I used to travel to a lot of dog shows around the country, and with my dogs I had boxers, and then I had Dobermans, and I used to travel by train, because in those days air travel with dogs was not really allowed, and we were not very well connected. The aircrafts didn't have pressurized holds. So in that case, what happened was that we had to travel mostly by train. And by traveling by train, one needed to have some companions. Unless you have some partners in your travel, it's very difficult to travel with dogs. Because when you're traveling train, if you have to go to the washroom, you got to leave your dog, somebody has to look after it, even the platforms, and then you change. These were long distances, and dog shows were far in between. And there were only a lot of activities during the winter months when the weather in India is very pleasant around the country. And summer shows, of course, there was only Uttakamand, which is held in the Uttakamand hills in the month of May. I had a partner, I had a companion, Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul lives not very far from my house. He had a pet German Shepherd, and we met, I took him to the dog shows, and if they were in a class of 2, he would be second. In a class of 3, he usually was third. And if there were more dogs, he would possibly go unplaced. But Mr. Paul was a great sport. He loved to meet people in the dog shows and listen to people chit-chatting and all that sort of thing. He loved to travel also. And when I used to travel, he joined me as a companion. He had this German Shepherd of his, Johnny, and but there was one condition that his wife had actually put before him, that if you have to take Johnny to dog shows, he must come, he must win. If he doesn't win, you are not going to take him for the next show ever. So that was a very, very, very stringent condition put on Mr. Paul. And then, of course, the other thing was that the wife also told him that wherever you're going, you must get me a lot of dresses, made by the local weavers, and saris and things like that. So I had to set up a plan for Mr. Paul. So we used to travel to Lucknow and Kanpur. They're not very far, and we had a straight train. And so first time when we went there, I immediately rushed to the market to find out the trophy shops. And then I had a plan in mind. So we found that the trophy maker who had actually supplied trophies to the Lucknow shows and the Kanpur shows had a lot of extra trophies with the inscription on it about the number of the championship show and the awards and things like that. So we bought some trophies. And in those days, of course, there was no internet, there was no much communication. It was only man-to-man communication. And Mr. Paul's wife was very retracted, and she didn't mix around with people, she didn't go to dog shows, she didn't interact with anybody in the dog world. But Mr. Paul was very scared of his wife, and so he had to take home some trophies. So those trophies that we bought, we put in our suitcase, and when we came down and was given to the wife saw them, she was very, very pleased. And so every dog show she would say, "Come on, go to the dog show, take your dog, he must win trophies." And so the condition remained the same. And then we had to, and it became a habit for us to buy trophies and bring back, and Mr. Paul was happy. So that's how things carried on. So we have to put an end to this sort of corruption that has been started by the syndicate, and a gang of psychophants are sort of part of this loot in our dog world. In the earlier days, it was never conceived that you could, sort of do something or approach the judge and you could do that. Well, judges in the dog fancy are very highly respected, but we should not, as judges, take advantage of that. I'm sure it's the world over. Exhibitors want to be. The moment they know that the judge is judging a show and they're around, they would try to become friends on Facebook and things like that, and they would like to sort of, if they know you, they might suddenly make a visit with a bottle of scotch or champagne and just say, I've not met you for a long time and things like that, so just came to say hello, and I'm sure you will appreciate this lovely champagne that I was presented by somebody and I thought I'll keep it for you, and things like that. So all these things sort of happen when you become a judge, and you are really adored, I am sure. But then, now that has changed in this country. Now the judges are not respected anymore because the syndicate has corrupted. He's put in some corrupted judges also. There are many brilliant judges in this country, I'm sure, and he sort of has connections with judges around the world who would want to have a trip to India, have a holiday in India. So the syndicate assures a good holiday and good shopping money and all that. And so in exchange, they will put up any dogs that they are instructed to do. So that has been going on for so long that it has very badly damaged the reputation of our dog world around the world. And so please take care. We have to get together to throw this, to change the system. And some judges in India, what they do is, I have access to WhatsApp conversation that happened to come to me, and the complaint is a newcomer who's of course been exhibiting, and the usual way they connect to judges is through their handler. The handlers work as agents. So the handler talked to some judge, and the judge passed him an account number. Of course, not his account number. He would give his friend's account number or somebody else's. So the money was sent, and somehow the dog never won. So now the handler is answerable to the owner because he's paid 40,000 rupees on account of the judge, and it's been already transferred to the accounts. And so what happens is now there is no way, because the money has gone to some other, but from the conversation it's so close to the handler, and I hope you are alone now that you're talking to me, I thought you will come back to breakfast, have breakfast with me and things like that. And then everybody who listens to this conversation, sees them or hears the audio recording, will understand that the nexus between the judge and the handler, and because the owner, the person who's actually a newcomer, he doesn't know anything about dog shows. He knows the only system how to win at dog shows is to pay the judges and the organizers, and of course nobody knows him, so they wouldn't accept anything from him. So the handlers actually play as agents. So please take care. See that these things we have to do away with. I know we might have to take a lot of trouble to become a judge, to oblige the syndicate in many ways, not only monetarily but in other ways also. And you think that it is time for you, that you are a judge now, you should be able to recover all that you have actually invested on the syndicate. Well, but then it's a small world. If you do such things, it doesn't remain underground forever. And it will surface, and you will be exposed, and people will not call you. So if you want to remain much in the circuit of judging, and you want to be respected, please refrain from such things. This is my humble appeal to you, and with these words I close for tonight. See you again soon. Please subscribe to my channel, press the bell button, and of course like and share it. See you again, bye bye, shortly in my next episode.